Cowboys Nation, buckle up because what just happened in the NFL draft is sending absolute shockwaves across the football world, and nobody, and I mean nobody, is more fired up about it than Louis Riddick. The longtime NFL analyst and former front office executive is absolutely flipping out after the Dallas Cowboys made a move that has everybody talking. Instead of drafting highly touted quarterback prospect Shavon Sanders, the Cowboys decided to go with Shavon Revel Jr, and let me tell you, this decision has ignited a wildfire of controversy, debate, and pure emotion. We are about to unpack everything that just went down, the immediate reaction from Riddick, what this means for the Cowboys moving forward, and why the entire NFL is buzzing right now. So let's set the stage. Going into the draft, all eyes were on Shavon Sanders. The son of Enful Hall of Famer Deion Sanders, Shedeur has been in the spotlight for years and was seen as one of the top quarterback prospects available. The Cowboys, with question marks surrounding Dak Prescott's long-term future, were rumored to be very interested in grabbing a potential successor. The stars seemed aligned. It was almost too perfect. You had a Texas connection. You had star power. You had elite arm talent. You had leadership qualities. And yet, when the Cowboys were on the clock, they did the unthinkable. They passed on Shavon Sanders. Instead, they used their pick to draft Shavon Revel Jr, a cornerback that many projected to go a little bit later in the draft, but who Dallas clearly saw as their guy. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is when all hell broke loose. Louis Riddick, live on air covering the draft, could not believe what he was seeing. As the pick was announced, cameras caught Riddick visibly shaking his head, muttering under his breath, and then launching into a fiery, passionate rant that instantly went viral across social media. Riddick called the decision short-sighted, inexplicable, and a massive missed opportunity for a franchise that desperately needs to be thinking about its future at quarterback. He slammed the Cowboys for what he described as overthinking the room and letting a generational talent slip right through their fingers. He went on to say that passing on Shavon Sanders could haunt Dallas for years to come. Fans watching at home could hardly believe what they were seeing. Twitter exploded with reactions. Some fans agreed with Riddick, saying that the Cowboys had blown a golden opportunity. Others defended the move, pointing to Revel's elite athleticism, his playmaking ability, and the need to shore up a secondary that has struggled against high-powered passing attacks. But one thing everyone agreed on was that this was the most shocking moment of the draft so far, and it might just redefine the future of the Dallas Cowboys. As for Shavon Revel Jr, let's give the man his due. He's a talented, fast, aggressive cornerback who has the potential to become a lockdown defender in the NFL. He's known for his physical style of play, his ball-hawking instincts, and his ability to match up against big receivers. In today's NFL, where passing offenses are more dangerous than ever, having a shutdown corner can be just as important as having an elite quarterback. The Cowboys clearly believe that Revel is a game changer. They believe he's a player who can step in immediately, elevate the defense, and be a cornerstone for years to come. And make no mistake, adding a talent like Revel is not a small thing. It's a major move that could pay huge dividends if he develops the way the Cowboys hope. But the shadow of Shavon Sanders looms large. Passing on a quarterback with his profile, his potential, and his pedigree is a gamble, and it's one the Cowboys will be judged on for years. If Sanders goes on to become a superstar somewhere else, while Dallas struggles with quarterback play, this draft moment will be replayed over and over again. It will become one of those infamous "what were they thinking" moments that live in NFL lore forever. And that's exactly why Louis Riddick is so fired up. He sees the risk. He sees the stakes. And he's not shy about letting the world know how he feels. Inside the Cowboys organization, sources say there's total confidence in the decision. Jerry Jones, Stephen Jones, and Will McClay all reportedly signed off on taking Shavon Revel Jr. They believe strongly that defense wins championships, and that in an NFC loaded with elite wide receivers and creative offensive coordinators, having a player like Revel is critical. They are also signaling, perhaps, that they still have faith in Dak Prescott, or that they have another plan in place for the quarterback position. Could a trade still be in the works? Could they be targeting a free agent? Could they believe that another young quarterback deeper in the draft is their answer? We don't know yet, but one thing is clear. The Cowboys are betting big on their evaluation process, and they're betting big on Shavon Revel Jr. Around the league, the reaction has been just as intense. Some executives privately praise the Cowboys for sticking to their board and taking the best player available according to their evaluations. Others express disbelief that a franchise with so much on the line would pass up a potential franchise quarterback. Scouts and analysts are already revisiting their draft grades, reshuffling their rankings, and trying to make sense of what just happened. And as always, when the Cowboys make a big move, the entire NFL world pays attention. Cowboys fans are understandably divided. Some are heartbroken. They saw Shavon Sanders as the future, the spark that could lift the franchise back to greatness. They envisioned a new era of excitement, a new face of the team, a player who could inspire and electrify. Others are trying to stay optimistic, focusing on the fact that great teams are built with balance and that shutting down opposing passing games is just as crucial as scoring points. Still, the emotions are raw and the debates are fierce. Meanwhile, Shavon Sanders himself handled the situation with class. When asked about the Cowboys passing on him, he simply said, "Everything happens for a reason. I'm excited for my opportunity, and I'm going to show the world what I can do." That's the attitude of a true competitor, and you can bet that wherever he ends up, he's going to have a giant chip on his shoulder. And when he faces the Cowboys someday down the line, you better believe he's going to remember this night. As for Shavon Revel Jr., he now steps into a huge spotlight. Being a first-round pick for the Dallas Cowboys comes with massive expectations. He'll be expected to contribute immediately, to grow into a star, and to justify the decision that caused so much uproar. Every snap he plays will be scrutinized. Every big play he makes will be celebrated. Every mistake will be magnified. It's a heavy burden, but it's also a massive opportunity. If Revel can live up to his potential, he could become a beloved figure in Dallas, a new fan favorite, and a key piece of the next great Cowboys team. So where do we go from here? For the Cowboys, it's all about moving forward with conviction. The draft isn't over. Free agency isn't over. Trades can still happen. The roster will continue to evolve, and the vision for the future will continue to come into focus. This is just the beginning of a pivotal offseason, one that will define the Cowboys for years to come. And for Cowboys Nation, it's a time to rally, to stay passionate, and to keep believing that greatness is within reach. And for Louis Riddick? Well, don't expect him to quiet down anytime soon. He's going to be watching this situation like a hawk, and you better believe he'll have plenty more to say as the season unfolds. If Shavon Sanders lights it up, you'll hear about it. If Shavon Revel Jr. becomes a star, you'll hear about that too. Either way, this moment has cemented itself in Cowboys history as one of the most dramatic draft twists we've ever seen. Make sure you're subscribed right here so you don't miss a second of this incredible journey. Smash that like button if you're fired up about the Cowboys making bold moves. Drop a comment below and let us know. Did the Cowboys make the right choice with Shavon Revel Jr.? Should they have drafted Shavon Sanders? And what do you think comes next for America's team? Thanks for watching, Cowboys Nation. The future is bright, the road ahead is wild, and together we ride.